You already know. Are you having street dialogue? Are you talking? Are you in the street having dialogue? Because this is what it is, the big picture network. You know what I mean? You see what it is. Big picture, the bigger picture. Not the small pictures, the big pictures. And that's all I like people to capture me is big screens, big pictures. And you're welcome. This is the new platform. We're going to be promoting the hottest, the newest. Everybody's going to stop here. And remember, it doesn't happen if it doesn't happen here. You're welcome.
Really, it was it was it was it was the old lady looking at me, telling me, "I don't care if you don't want to cut your flat top off. You're going to get a job. You know, you got half day in high school. You're a senior, and you're not doing the vocational thing for the 12th year. You did it in 11th grade, so you're gonna get a job." And
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't want to cut my flat top. So what happened was me signing up to the temp agencies. That was the gate. That was my gate because by doing the temp agencies, no one had to hire me permanently. So I was getting in and out of all kinds of different things. I was filing. I was being a runner for certain files. I was doing the microfiche conversions. There was a lot of different growth during that time at the temp agencies. It's kind of like when people join the service, right? When you join the service and you start traveling, it doesn't matter where you're from. Once you put on that uniform and you start traveling, you become more worldly. You meet different cultures. You're in and out. You're on the map. You're in different places. By the time you get back home, you're like, man, I'm so glad I left. No matter how hard it was when you were out there, you're like, man, I'm glad I didn't stay, man. I'm glad I left. And I know that's how it is with artists that, they get record deals and they travel and when they come back to where they come from, they're like, man, this ain't it. And so there's always a gate, is what I'm getting to. There's a gate. And it's not so much accepting new things or whatever. We all gotta accept new things. Or even when you stuck with the old thing, they're gonna give you new parameters with the old thing. So we were talking to the youngers, or if we were talking to somebody that was just like, where do I start? It's the gate you're looking for. And that gate is, you know, like a prism. You want to go to something where it's going to allow you to be the most well-rounded person that you can be in life. The internet has social media has completely shattered that kind of talk now, because now it's just like people communicating and interacting with each other through social media. There's so much commerce that's done through social media these days that is their gate, right? Social media is the gate. So they have it now. It's baked in. It's baked into the equation now. Social media. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think social media was something that a lot of us didn't see coming. It definitely have changed the way
I
that
saw it. I saw it. I saw it.
I said a
Saw it.
lot
I
of us,
saw it.
not of course not
Saw it.
you. You
No,
was
but I
already
tried to tell people though, Bigger. That's the thing. Like I tried to. I was trying to share it. I was trying to share it, Bigger. I didn't keep it to myself. I tried to share it. I tried, man.
Well, that goes back. That goes back into the same conversation. Most people, it's difficult for them to accept new things and new changes. So I think that through your experiences, it was easier for you because those experiences allowed you to be open to those things. But most people, I mean, we could talk about it all day. Is you can try to introduce people to new things, and some people will adapt to it, and some people just won't because they're not they don't have those. They're not built like that in layman's terms. You follow what I'm saying? They're not built to be open to things. They're not
No.
built for
Well,
new
they're
experiences.
gonna get their chance. They're gonna get their chance, like,
Cannabis, when you
because
first got on a computer, what did you do at first? Like your first internet experience?
so the first time I got on the internet, obviously it was a work laptop. So everything was work related, right? Like, I was sending tickets and authorizing and updating and clearing tickets and sending them to the field techs. And so, and they would have their little device. It was a tablet. Funny enough, it was a tablet that they would use, and then they would, when the work order, when they showed up to the work site, they would go ahead and look over the work order and so forth and so on. So my first experience was work related, but because I was taking it home, I was allowed to take it home. Then I would go into other programs, and that's when I got into like PowerPoint, and I put presentations together for like anything that I had to do with school related. Because at the time I was going to a community college, and so to complete my assignments, I would just use the word processor and PowerPoint if it required that, and then I go and I print it out. You know what I mean? I go over to where I could get it printed. At work, I go to work, and then I would put it on the main computer, put floppy in the main computer, and then it would come up on my screen, and there go file, open it, and then I would print it out, and then staple it at work, all using all work accessories and stuff, and then take it to school. So my first experience was that. But but for the listeners that are a little bit on the edge and they love, like kind of like how YouTube is now, or Rumble, or BitChute, or Brighteon, or all these new type of social media, TikTok, all these different things, Instagram. I was looking at this site called Branton, Branton. You know what I'm saying? Branton. And for anybody out there that remembers what that guy Branton was about, it blew my mind away. It was like reading an Orson Welles novel, H.G. Wells novel. It was so far in advance of anything that I'd seen on the internet. That's where I think my addiction to the internet took hold. It was with Branton. And I can only say his name because what he was writing about and things that he was uploading, it's just too left or too right to wrap, to unpack. You know what I mean? So maybe somebody in the comment section is gonna go and do that, and they'll be like, "Oh, he's talking about," and then everybody can go ahead and follow. Because another thing about YouTube and these other TikTok and Instagram and these things, anything that has a comment section, it's funny how it never ceases to amaze me how the comment section is its own community. Sometimes I might go in there just for the laughs. I'm a little bit addicted to going in the comment section just for the laughs, man, because somebody gonna say something and everybody just gonna be weak, man. There's humor in it, there's comedy, there's knowledge, there's wisdom, there's understanding in the comment section. And there's dummies too. There's a lot of dummies.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of stuff going on. But the comment section is where that's where the real, the real ingredients are. It's in the comment section. It starts with the content, like your show, for example, the bigger picture. But in the comment section, you're going to have people to come in to co-sign what you might have said. Because if nobody can co-sign what you're saying.
The angels I know don't know Charlie. Man of God, man of respect. I pay my tithes, I don't owe no debts. Tomorrow I promise, don't waste your breath. Most won't get the bigger picture till they facing death. Man of God, man of respect. Humble servants of the Lord, the last ones left. Evil in their spirit can't tempt my flesh. Walk by faith, not by sight. Guide my steps. Don't want nobody getting in between us. There's a pleasurable vibe in the air and I'm determined to keep it. It all began when I embraced my fall off. You know that cannabis, you're not relevant anymore. Talk, that's what they say when they don't wanna pay tour costs. They wanna feed you hot dogs and dollar store pork. Think I've been losing for 30-some years, helping other niggas win, no one cares. Sometimes the fight to survive is too much to bear, but watch where we go from here. Meanwhile they over there crossing the bridge to nowhere. Maybe myopic human behavior make them go there. I got phones for solar flares, cold weather, snow gear, custom handmade from a snow bear. Undisturbed permafrost, clean atmosphere. Watching the northern lights from my porch chair. A duplicate garden of Eden, no bad actors there. Only a handful of people nowhere. Man of God, man of respect. I pay my tithes, I don't owe no debts. Tomorrow I promise, don't waste your breath. Most won't get the bigger picture till they facing death. Man of God, man of respect. Humble servants of the Lord, the last ones left. Evil in their spirit can't tempt my flesh. Walk by faith, not by sight. Guide my steps.
I tell them it's in the kill. Land forsaken, I'm in the real. Breakout, it's been a drill. Creating death is the pen to kill. I salute my troops, I say that they army. God produced the fruit divine that we all lead. Satanic possession, manic depression. Platonic connection, granted the section. Me too, into the body, handsome sight. Hebrew when I told him that he Israelite. Life is a movie, let's call it exist. Bad act or can't stick to the script. Selling your body, cancerous. I walk with Christ, how can I bust? Pardon self, I speak it truthfully. Nobody cares who you used to be.
Man of God, man of respect. I pay my tithes, I don't owe no debts. Tomorrow I promise, don't waste your breath. Most won't get the bigger picture till they facing death. Man of God, man of respect. Humble servants of the Lord, the last ones left. Evil in their spirit can't tempt my flesh. Walk by faith, not by sight. Guide my steps. Nobody cares who you used to be. What you produce today is prorated value to pay for your future needs. They staple telematics to my earlobes. Recover DNA from my hair comb. They monitor your pheromones. Welcome to the terror dome. Mandatory execution invoked. Forgiving or showing love. Redefined as an error code. And that's the most attention you will ever be shown. Lil Yachty want your mind, soul, and your body. If I was you, I'd tell him get your own shot. Man of God, man of respect. I pay my tithes, I don't owe no debts. Tomorrow I promise, don't waste your breath. Most won't get the bigger picture till they facing death. Man of God, man of respect. Humble servants of the Lord, the last ones left. Evil in their spirit can't tempt my flesh. Walk by faith, not by sight. Guide my steps.